For analysis on this story, we can bring in our international affairs editor, Angela Diffley.
Hi.
Angela, how serious a development is this? It's the first direct confrontation between NATO and Russia since the full-scale invasion of Ukraine, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's what's crucial because, of course, Ukraine is not a member of NATO, is unlikely to become a member of NATO, but Poland is. And under sometimes the rules in NATO, under Article 5, if that can be triggered. That means an attack on any NATO country is an attack on all NATO countries. And if Article 5 is triggered, they'd respond together. So it is a big deal that Poland, which is not part of this war, has had to down drone missiles and was accompanied by NATO allies to do it. After that, everything depends on whether or not this was deliberate or accidental. Moscow is now saying that it did not have any targets in Poland and saying that the drones which have been found, those that were downed, did not have the range to have reached Poland, and that therefore that is not what happened. They did not come from Russia or Belarus, and that they are open to having talks on the matter with Poland. The Polish Deputy Prime Minister at least does not believe that. He says there's a campaign of disinformation going on, and that was not what happened. After that, it's important, really, I think, this is a whole picture we're talking about. And how NATO decides to respond to this depends entirely on whether it is deliberate or whether it is accidental. And all of that remains to be seen today. If it is deliberate, it is an enormously important development. If it is accidental, as Mark Rutte of NATO is saying, it is still extremely dangerous.
So what should we make of the reaction so far?
Zelensky, first of all, immediately said, this is how Russia operates. They test how far they can go, and if they do not receive a strong response, then they continue to operate at their new level of escalation. That's what Zelensky's been saying. The Polish Prime Minister said earlier today that there was no reason to claim that Poland was in a state of war, but that nevertheless it was the closest to open conflict it had been since World War II. That's really a big deal. Mark Rutte of NATO saying that NATO will defend every inch of its territory with its allies. Now, the NATO members which helped downing those drones were Germany, Italy, Poland, of course, and can't remember the other one, but there were 4 countries that joined in that helping out Poland. So a concerted effort there from NATO allies. What is the most important thing to watch is the reaction coming from Washington, which has been extremely muted. So far, all that we have heard is that Washington stands by its NATO allies. And if, as Zelensky suggests, and as many people are suggesting, this is Russia trying to test NATO's resolve, trying to test NATO's unity, this is not a very energetic reaction from Washington. As all this goes on, members of the European Union are in Washington at the moment trying to coordinate further sanctions on Ukraine with Washington. That is moving very, very slowly already. And this very, very, very muted reaction from Washington will really worry many in NATO.